My boyfriend keeps secret albums of his ex that I discovered while cleaning. I don't know what to do. So it's as the title says, but I'll give you the full context. I, 28F, and my boyfriend, let's call him Michael, 29M, have been together for 3 years. We met through a mutual friend, let's call her Amy, 29F, who he's known and been best friends with since preschool. Amy and I met through work. From the get-go, Michael was honest with me and told me he and Amy dated when they were both in high school for about a year. They ended things mutually before they finished school, and Amy later came out as a lesbian and is in a long-term happy relationship. So needless to say, I have never been worried about the relationship being anything weird. We fell in love fast and were moved in together within a year. The reason I adore him so much is, I thought, we were always open and honest with each other at every step of our relationship. He's been open about all his exes and had made it clear that I am IT for him. So on to the issue. Michael is currently out of town on a work trip. It's the time of year that I, a Halloween fanatic, decorate my entire house for the holiday and was excited to get started while I had the house to myself. So I got to removing some of our everyday decor and putting them into boxes under our bed. I found a box that I assumed was empty and pulled that out to start packing stuff into. To my surprise, the box had 2 photo albums inside of it. Now I am easily distracted while cleaning, so if I find photos or something I haven't seen in a while, I usually stop to look at them and then move on. I expected to see photos of my boyfriend with family and being a cute kid, and I'm such a sucker when it comes to that. He was the cutest kid ever, but I was shocked when I opened the first album and it was only photos of Amy as a kid with some of him included in there too. The further into the book I got, the more photos of Amy there were through the years. Clearly these were pics from school the 2 of them had taken. The second album was even worse. It was entirely made up of photos of their 1-year relationship, and it included pictures of them kissing, their names written in the sand, and even some borderline spicy pics, nothing explicit, just rather suggestive. I don't know what to do. I don't know if this means he still loves her? Or whether this is just him being sentimental and wanting to preserve the memories of their past. I'm not sure how to confront him about this, and if I even should. Any advice is appreciated. Edit. Thank you for so many helpful comments. A lot of you have really opened my eyes on the fact I might have some insecurities that I wasn't aware of. Some stuff I mentioned in comments but didn't include in the post might be helpful to add in. I have not had a boyfriend before Michael. I've dated but never been in a relationship, so I don't have an ex and so don't experience sentimentality for past relationships, so I didn't have that perspective. I'm not really sure why so many people seem to think I want Michael and Amy not to be friends, or for him to throw all the photos out or something. The issue was more that I perceived the photo albums being under our bed as being hidden, when people have pointed out they could just be forgotten about and stored away. I love Amy. We worked together in a bar for years and she has become one of my friends separate from Michael's friendship with her, which of course is much stronger. My worry wasn't that they were going to end up together, it was concern that having photos in an album of a relationship from over a decade ago was somehow Michael still having feelings for Amy. I now feel like the comments have illuminated to me that this probably is not the case. Michael is away until Monday, so I will talk to him when he gets back and just mention that I was cleaning and found them, and it briefly brought out some insecurities in me. Thank you to everyone who wrote out thoughtful messages. I appreciate even the harsher, real talk ones that snapped me out of my initial panic. Update. So hello again folks, not sure if people are still interested in this situation, but since I do have stuff to update you all on, I figured I would post here anyway for those who are still invested. So, on to the update. Michael came back from his trip this morning and it was so great to see him. I didn't talk about the photo album situation immediately as he had been working all weekend and needed time to relax and veg out a little, haha. The conversation actually came on pretty naturally, so I'll do an abridged summary here of what went down. Michael, the house looks so cute, I forgot we had most of these decorations. Me, yeah, me too, a lot of them were stuffed under our bed and I found a lot of things I'd forgotten about. Michael, God, yeah, I always just shove all my things under there and forget to ever sort through them again. Me, it's funny you should mention that, because I actually found a couple of your old photo albums under there too. Michael, oh really? At this point Michael's face didn't change, he didn't look worried or stressed, just interested. Me, so there were 2 albums of pictures of you and Amy. Michael, smiling, oh really? I haven't seen pictures of us from school in so long. So you get the picture, he definitely was not hiding something from me as most of you suspected. I went on to share how I initially felt and how I had jumped the gun a little, and he was very apologetic, which I absolutely told him not to be. I explained that all of this really came down to me having some insecurities. He was very kind and reassuring and told me that he absolutely does not like Amy as anything more than his oldest and most loyal friend. He explained that the albums were made by Amy when they'd been dating for 6 months as a gift to him, so he had never had the heart to throw them out, which, let me be clear, I would never ask him to do. He asked if I was still uncomfortable with him having the albums and I said no. I confessed about my post to this sub, which he actually found very funny I had done. He tends to be the one on Reddit I usually only come on to look at dog pictures, and we looked through a few of the comments together. To summarize, we're good and had a productive talk. I did mention I want to work on some of my insecurities, and he told me that from his perspective this wasn't such a big deal, but if I had felt so badly about the albums that I got genuinely upset, that it would probably be beneficial. So I will indeed work on myself. Thanks to everyone who did leave a comment on my post with constructive advice. It really did mean a lot.